Dear colleagues and partners, thank you for joining us today and welcome to our first retrospective webinar. Today, my colleagues will share insights about the latest update of Google Page Speed Optimizer, its capabilities, the new and most important features, and how they can help clients on a business level. This webinar will be delivered by Alexander Piskunov, Product Manager at Amnesty, and we aim it to be more interactive and urge you to ask your questions during the presentation and the Q&A session that will follow the presentation. The Q&A session will be facilitated by Alexander Serovin, Senior Magento Developer at Amnesty. So please use the Q&A section at the bottom of your screen to type your questions. And now I'm passing the word to Alexander.
Hi there. Let me introduce myself. My name is Alexander. I'm a product manager at Amnesty, and today we're going to set out the Magento 2 optimization aspects and how we can improve the Google score. And to begin with, let's answer the question of why it is so important to optimize a web store. The most obvious and important reason is because optimization leads to higher loading speed and a greater Google score. That means smaller bounce rate and a higher position in the search results. In other words, optimization helps web stores to sell more and earn extra money. Today, we will talk about how you can easily achieve this with Google Page Speed Optimizer extension by Amnesty. On your way to a well-optimized website, Google Page Speed Optimizer will help you solve two major problems related to image optimization and Magento code optimization. First, let's talk about image optimization. In my opinion, non-optimized images are one of the greatest problems for e-commerce websites, as it greatly decreases your score in Google Page Speed Insights tool. And to avoid that, normally we have two major objectives. First, to make images smaller in size and thus reduce the loading time. And second, to defer loading for the off-screen images. It means that only the on-screen images will be loaded immediately, while the off-screen ones will load just when a user scrolls down. Now, how we do it in our extension. 1. We use proper image encoding, which greatly reduces image size. 2. Modern generation formats provide the best level of image encoding. We use the WebP format in our extension, which reduces the images in size while retaining their original quality. 3. We use resizing images for mobile devices. Our extension creates copies of the images in resolutions suitable for mobile devices and tablets, which helps the cause as well. Also, you can choose the type of the image resizing: ordinary resizing that keeps the original image proportions, and cropping that saves the height of an image but cuts its width to fit the screen. And 4, we use the lazy load feature to defer the loading of images that are off the first screen. And we can set it separately for desktop, smartphones, and tablets. One more little detail: Google Page Speed Optimizer extension will help you optimize images individually per folders. I mean that any folder with images can be optimized in its own way. And the lazy load feature can be set individually for different page types of your Magento website as well. Thus, you can be more agile and improve separate pages to their maximum. Now that we have covered image optimization, let's proceed to code optimization. As we know, the main objectives of code optimization are to minify the code, to defer the code loading, and to reduce the number of requests sent. Now let's talk about these objectives in more detail. Code minification is removing its unnecessary elements to reduce a file size. With the extension, it is possible to minify HTML, CSS, and JS. and to remove the code that belongs to other pages from a particular page. Deferring code loading. In particular, we defer the loading of JavaScript, fonts, and some of the uncritical styles. It increases the page rendering process and helps your customers see the most valuable information first. And the last objective is to reduce the number of requests. As we know, the fewer requests we have to process, the less time it takes to load a page. This objective can be reached by merging the numerous JavaScript and CSS files into two, one with JavaScript and the other with CSS. Our outstanding feature here is MST Smart Bundling algorithm that allows to merge JavaScript of 3 main page types, such as homepage, category page, and product page, into one bundle. And we have even made it possible to add JavaScript of any other page to the bundle. Thus, customers can increase the loading speed of pages they need. Here is an example when we added the JavaScript of the checkout page to the bundle. And you see the results. So, as I told before, it is possible to do the same with any other page you need. So, when all the modifications we have just covered are applied to a Magenta website, the Google PageSpeed Insight score will rise approximately by 50 points for a fresh Magenta instance. And it can be even more than 50 points for a live website. And I think it's a very, very good result, by the way. So now I'd like to take you on a quick tour of the extension's back office. It has 2 pages, one for optimizing folders with images, and the other responsible for code optimization, lazy loading, and other settings that can boost website performance. Our aim was to make the extension as user-friendly and intuitive as possible. For example, now even JavaScript optimization can be performed almost in one click. And one more, our new feature is information section. Knowing that it is not so easy for a regular Magenta user to understand the ways of optimizing the website, we added this new feature. A special information section where we offer our own advice on how to implement some of Google's most important recommendations. What could be possible reasons for certain issues, who to ask for help in case you came across issues that are not extension related, like server-side issues, and so on. We hope that this feature will help our non-technical clients to take full advantage of their extension capabilities and to perform the optimization of their websites with as much guidance as possible. So guys, thank you for your attention. My aim was to show you that Google PageSpeed Optimizer can help you solve the majority of Magenta optimization issues and greatly increase a web store's performance and Google score. And now my colleagues and I will be happy to answer your questions. Please type them in the Q&A section you can see at the bottom of your screen.
We will give you a couple of minutes to think of whether you have any questions. If you do, please type them in. So we are waiting for your questions. Thank you. Great, thank you so much. We have quite a few questions, so let's start addressing them. So question number 1 is, hi, how does the module only apply Google PageSpeed optimizations normally done at server level, or is there more to it? We have some PageSpeed modifications on a site in question, so it's whether the module will add more benefits. Alexander, could you please address that?
Yep. So, as I understood the question, you want to know if we could additionally optimize anything separately to server side. So you're absolutely right and correct that we are to make optimization at the server. It's very correct. But with our extension, we can optimize the Magento and images. So we do it by the extension. We optimize images. It can be performed from the server side as well, but in our case, it's more user-friendly. And optimizing Magento code can be performed from the side of extension as well, and surely it's more user-friendly. Like anyone can do it from the admin area. That's why I think it's very valuable, because it can be done easily with a few quick clicks. I hope I have answered your question.
Can I add something? Hello,
Yeah.
hello. My name is Alexander too, and I'm one of the developers of this extension. And in our extension, we make some things to to deliver to your client browsers content in some way to load this page, this page faster. We move JavaScript to the bottom of the page, because usually JavaScript these scripts start working after page load, and if you will download this this script for example, if you put this at the top of the page, it will block your content rendering, and it will be your first painful of your page will be later. And with lazy loading, for example, we don't download these images, and your page is paint faster as well.
All right, thank you guys for the answer. So we're going to the next question. In the previous version of the extension, enabling the option to move the JS to the footer of the page broke the website. Is that addressed in the new version?
So there is no specific answer for this question, but I think that Google Page Speed Optimizer is largely influenced by factors such as custom code and may have case-specific results. I think that after the webinar, we will contact you to discuss the case in more details, and we can check it. In any case, we can solve this problem via support, our support, and if we can't, if the problem can be solved in a new version, we can solve it in our support, and you are only to submit a ticket to solve it.
All right, thank you, Alexander. So next question is, how can JS be deferred when bundling at the same time? We never enable JS bundling before because of the gigantic size of the merge.js file, especially hard for mobile users on a slow internet connection. Could you please address that? Yeah,
that's a very good question, because people usually do not use JS bundling of native Magento. Really, because it gathers all the JS code of the website into one huge file. And what we did, we developed our own algorithm for bundling JavaScript. We called it MST Smart Bundling Algorithm. So what we do, we gather JavaScript of only 3 page types: home page, category page, and product page. This bundle file, it's approximately 300 kilobytes for fresh Magento, not 3.5 megabytes as for native Magento bundling. And it works very well. And why we did it in this way? Because we gathered 3 page types into one bundle. Not separate bundle for each page type, because it helps to improve user experience. When a user lands on any page for the first time, this bundle will be downloaded and it will be saved in the browser cache. And when this user will navigate to another page, this bundle will be served from the browser cache and will be loaded very, very, very fast. In case if we do bundles for separate page types, like they advise to do it, when a customer goes to another page type, a new bundle will be loaded and it will take extra time, extra requests, and so on. So, in conclusion, we make this one bundle for 3 page types, and we did a possibility to add an extra pages to this bundle. Manually, you can just paste a link and add JavaScript of another page to the bundle. That is what I showed about checkout page. So if you are interested in that, we can show you separately after a webinar, or to make an additional session, just private session for you, we'll surely show you.
Sure, yes. If that's something you would like to do, we would be happy to provide this session for you. Okay, moving on. So next question, did the webinar start earlier than 12 p.m. because the webinar only took 10 minutes? Yes, the webinar did start sharply at 12 p.m. This is our first webinar. That's why some of the things were not as smooth as we planned them to be. But we appreciate the feedback that you can leave for us. And basically, the aim of this webinar was to be interactive and to give more time for the Q&A session. If you think that's not how we should handle our future webinars, please do let us know. All right, moving on. How is the fallback handled for WebP on browsers that do not support WebP?
So, not all browsers support WebP. That's true. In this case, the original images will be loaded. For example, if you load from Safari, am I right? It's Safari? Yeah, it's not. Safari doesn't support WebP. So just original images, for example, JPEG, will be loaded. But what is good is that Google detects WebP, and in this case, Google will rank your website higher if it detects WebP. So one more thing, that many users use the browsers that really support WebP, and this is the advantage.
Can I add some technical stuff again? Okay, now in Google PageSpeed Optimizer, you have 2 options. If you set, we have setting called detect user again, and
well, I think we can show it.
Yeah, we can show it. Share screen. Yeah, we have these options. Use user agent for loading images, and if it's set to yes, extension will detect your browser, but by headers, and and it will give your browser various content for mobile, for laptop, for tablet devices, and for other browsers. Like if extension detects that you use Safari browser, it will automatically put in image tag. It will put a JPEG image or PNG image and other. And if user agent, this setting is set to yes. For example, if you use a mobile device, it will detect that you will use a mobile device, and it will put in this image tag picture with your size of screen. But if this setting is set to not, we will change your image tag to picture tag, and in this picture tag, we will set some settings for this image tag, and browser can choose if it supports WebP, it will get WebP image, or if it not supports, it will get JPEG image, or if resolution, for example, if this is mobile resolution and you have picture for this mobile resolution, it will automatically get this picture for this resolution.
All right, great. Thank you, Alexander. So let's move on. We have a few questions regarding how the extension will work with CDN and how it's related to Fastly. So my colleagues, Alexander and Alexander, can address that as well.
Will this extension have any issues with CDN? No, it shouldn't have any issues with CDN, and as we know from our support, in many cases, it works very well with CDN. Surely we can't predict every case, but in general, no.
Yeah, and again, I have some additional information about this. We tested our extension on Magenta Cloud, and they use Fastly CDN, and our extension works well. And I think, yes, it will work with Fastly CDN.
Again, about Fastly, there are a few questions, a few more questions about why Google's Page Speed Optimizer, why not Fastly? Look, there are many ways to optimize your websites. This is one of the tool. It's really easy to use, and it does it just from the core, from the Magenta. And as I know, it can do more than Fastly. Alexander, can Fastly do smart bundling?
No, it's you can't compare Google Page Speed Optimizer extension and Fastly CDN. It's not the same. This extension and Fastly, it's not the same thing.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so if you guys have nothing else to add, I think we can move on. So the next question is, are all WYSIWYG images automatically caught by this extension to optimize and lazy load?
Oh, the answer is yes, sure. We have such a setting here. Yeah, automatic optimization of newly uploaded images. So all images that you newly upload to WYSIWYG folder or catalog folder will be optimized, compressed, resized, and so on. This is what I'm talking about, the newly uploaded images, and the same with previously uploaded images. Here on the page for optimizing images, you can add patterns, and inside the pattern, you set catalogs to optimize images in. So you can set WYSIWYG and any other catalog, any other custom catalog, and you can apply different personal optimization settings. Yeah.
All right, great. Thank you, Alexander. So next question is, what's the difference between Magento default compressor versus Minifier for CSS and JS with yours?
Okay, we in our Amasti.js optimization, we combine everything, every best thing from Magenta. For example, by default in Magenta, bundling and merging is set to no, and it means that every JavaScript file will download it separately, and on a fresh Magenta with Luma theme, it's about maybe 190 requests, and it's really it's really a lot of requests. And you have another option to turn on bundling, for example, and you will have maybe 7 JavaScript files, and it will be 1.7 megabytes compressed JavaScript files, and it's a lot. And another option, you can turn on bundling and turn on merging, and you will have one JavaScript file, and it will be huge as well. It's 1.7 megabytes too. But what we do, we create one JavaScript file with all necessary JavaScript models, and it will be 300 and maybe 30 kilobytes, and for on a home page, on category page, on product page, it will be all JavaScript files you need. On the other pages, for example, if you don't have some JavaScript files, it will be downloaded separately, but it's not a lot of.
Maybe shall we show it on the front? No?
Oh yeah, we can show.
While we change the screens.
All right, so I think there's one last question we can address today. So is the upgrade free for users of the extension? We installed it on our websites a few months ago. Sure, we provide free lifetime updates. So as long as you have purchased an extension, you can get all the updates that we issue afterwards for free. All right, so are you guys ready to share the screen?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Okay, you can see that we only have one merged JavaScript file. It's 388 kilobytes because we in this pack we have checkout page.
All right, I think we've managed to show the basics. So let's move on because we're a bit out of time. So one last question is your extension and compressor / minifier with Cloudflare?
If I got you right, so the question if I turn on compression and minifying in Cloudflare and I turn it in our extension, shall it work? Yeah, something like this. I think it is not worse to turn on compressing and minifying in 2 places. You can use either in our extension or in Cloudflare, and it will be correct. I think it's not very correct to use it there and there. So I think that the best way even is to turn on in our extension, for example, and check the results, and then turn it off, turn on in Cloudflare, check the results, and choose the best, the best way that suits you.
All right, thank you, Alexander. Sounds like a plan. All right, thank you very much, everyone. I think it's a wrap for today, considering the time. So we really appreciate you joining this session today. We do apologize if something went not as smoothly as we thought it would. Afterwards, we will follow up with you and ask your feedback because we plan to arrange a series of similar webinars. So if you think we should do something else or change our presentation in a way, please do share your thoughts. Those would be greatly appreciated. Thank you again for your time. We really appreciate it and wish you a very great day.
Thank you very much. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.